You know, I was almost afraid to talk about this story. But you know what? Screw it. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, we already know who Odin is, right? The ruler of the Aesir, the all-knowing god of all things. But how much do we know about his noble steed? This right here is Sleipnir, and the details of his birth is probably more strange than any Norse mythology tale I've ever read. For he's not only Odin's noble steed that he rides into battle with, he's also the son of the god of mischief himself, Loki. And I will explain this in the tale that we shall call the Fortification of Asgard. So one day the Aesirs were having a celebration, and with Thor gone to pretty much go on adventures, and by adventures I mean slaughtering giants, the Aesirs have been facing a problem that's weighing heavily on their mind. With Thor gone, there's no one to protect Asgard when he's away. So the Aesirs decided that the best way to protect the kingdom is to build a wall. But of course, none of them wants to do the work. Then one day, a mysterious builder has come to Asgard and decided to make a proposition to Odin. He says that he can have a wall built for Odin in about 18 months, and in return, he demands a price. And when Odin asks what does he want, he says that he wants the sun, the moon, and the hand of Freya in marriage. Because like I said in my last story, Freya is a bombshell. Odin and the other gods were taken aback by this, not just from his request, but also from how cocky the young man was. But they are in dire need of a wall because again, Thor was off on his adventures and Asgard is left defended. And that was when Loki spoke up. And so Loki said, "Do not worry yourself, my friends. If this man is so skillful as he claims, why give him 18 months? Let's give him 6 months, and then it will work to our benefit. He could never build a wall in that amount of time, so why bother worrying about it? If he doesn't agree, then we lose nothing by it. But if he does agree to our terms, we'll only have half of the wall built, and therefore nothing will be lost." The fool would agree to a wager that he could not win. Odin and the rest of the Aesirs nodded in agreement, for 6 months would be impossible to build the wall. And if the builder didn't hold up on his end of the bargain, then they would keep Freya as well as the sun and the moon. They go to the builder and tell him the conditions, and which he agrees. In 6 months' time, if he succeeds in building the wall, he would have 3 of his prizes. Now, you would think the gods would have nothing to worry about, but that's where the story takes a bit of a turn. With the help of his horse, Svaldafari, I think I said that name right, the builder was not only getting the materials for the wall in a faster rate than it would take a normal person, but he was almost done building the wall. And to make matters worse, it was 3 days until the deadline when he was almost done finishing the wall. So Odin once again calls a meeting to the gods, and they were all in despair. Because not only was the builder going to build the wall right on time, but he was also going to take away Freya, the sun, and the moon. Understandably pissed, Odin said, "Loki, you mischievous devil, because of you, we are going to lose Freya, the sun, and the moon. Why I ever let you talk me into this arrangement with this man, I will never know." Come now, dear Odin, don't be so cross with me. And how was I supposed to know our mysterious friend was going to build a wall in such record time? And do not forget, we all agreed upon it. None of us knew the outcome of this. No, we didn't. But you were the one who made the suggestion that we make a bargain with this man. A man that for some time now I have suspected of being a giant in disguise. If we lose this wager, Loki, I will devise a very, very creative means of torture for you. Loki, realizing that he screwed up and that Odin was very, very serious when it comes to his threats, managed to say, Now, great Allfather, do not be so cross. I promised you that the man would not build the wall on time, and I do well to keep that promise." And with that, Loki strolled out of the hall and nobody knew where he went after that. What did happen is when the builder was working on the wall, something caught his horse's eye. And in the distance, he sees a beautiful mare trotting and giving him winking, teasing glances. Of course, that got the horse's dander up to the point where the builder couldn't keep him under control, and so he decided to chase after the mare. And although the mare tried to get away with such astounding speed, the horse was not too far behind her, until they both disappeared into the woods. And without the help of his horse, the builder knew that he was not going to build a wall in time. Damn the gods, liars, cheats, snakes! You cheated me, and now I will have my vengeance. Shedding his disguise, the builder revealed himself to be a giant, as to Odin's suspicion. And while he was ready to take revenge on the gods for cheating him out of the contest, in that same instance, Thor showed up, and with the might of his hammer, he decided to put the giant to sleep. Permanently. And with the wall nearly done, the Aesir decided that they were going to construct the rest of it. And with that, the gods are satisfied and they decided to celebrate, all except Loki, who hasn't been seen for a while. Well, Loki did return to Asgard a couple months later with a strange 8-legged horse that seems to have followed close behind him. Loki decided to give this horse to Odin, telling him that this is the fastest horse on the land and on sea, and that his name was Sleipnir. And in the condition of having this horse, Odin or none of the gods should ever ask where this horse came from. To which I know some of you have probably figured out where this horse came from, but if you need any more explanation, remember that mare from earlier that kind of distracted the builder's horse? Yeah, that mare was Loki in disguise, which he took the form of a mare in order to drive away the horse, so that way the builder won't have any means in order to finish the wall. But because Loki couldn't get rid of the horse as soon as the horse had his sights on him, he decided that the best way to get rid of him is to let him do his business, which is how Sleipnir was born. So yeah, Loki may have been the father of many strange creatures. He winded up being the mother of one of the most legendary horses in Norse mythology. And that ends our story. What do you guys think about it? Are there any other stories that you want me to cover later on? Are there any other myths I should dive into? Whatever you think, comment below and let me know. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one.